Hi, today is September 22nd, 2023, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 1527 for the year, The Feeling. The show was very satisfying for the vocalist. He got to perform with some of his favorite people, in front of some of his favorite people. At times, the noise that the audience made felt like an enormous hug that filled him full of endorphins. It made him wish that everyone could have a show and that they could stand on a stage and be cheered for like that, because everyone should have that feeling at least once, if they want it. Poem number 1528, Very Little Danger. A couple of days after the show, he was looking at pictures that people had posted, and he saw one that his friend Anne-Marie had posted of him with his uke, with Susan behind him. And he thought Susan looked so cool, and he thought that even he looked so cool. He usually didn't give a fuck about looking or being perceived as cool, but he liked the picture so much that at the risk of seeming as though he wanted people to think he was cool, he downloaded the picture and reposted it. He figured that since many people considered the ukulele to be a very uncool instrument, perhaps there was very little danger. Poem number 1529, Wait and See. She wondered whether all of the poems that she was going to write today were going to be written in the first person, and if so, which pronouns she would decide to use. She supposed she would have to just wait and see. Poem number 1530, Multitudes. When they felt like a they would think of Whitman and wonder about multitudes and how to contain multitudes and how to dispel multitudes and how to become singular again. When they felt like a it felt like a conversation between the self that was everyone and the self that was one. When they felt like a and they masturbated, they wondered who was getting who off. When they felt like a and they looked into the mirror, there was never any feeling of surprise. There was only one person looking back at them. When they felt like a there was no schizophrenia, there was no segregation, there was a sense of wholeness and the implicate order that orders the whole, that orders the all and everything. When they felt like a wherever they went, there they were. And the last poem of the day, poem number 1521, 1531. I wrote the numbers wrong. Keep looking forward. When E wanted to when E really wanted to feel. Poem number 1531. Keep looking forward. When E really wanted to feel non-binary, E would be E instead of they, because most of the time E didn't want to be plural, although E also didn't like being single. E wanted to one day meet and hopefully eventually live with a nice person to whom E was attracted and who was also attracted to E, preferably someone with female secondary sex characteristics and female primary sex characteristics, because whether E felt male or female or both or neither, E was always seemed to be attracted to the female and the feminine. E wasn't sure what that was about, but it didn't seem to pose much of a problem or much confusion most of the time. E wasn't sure E would get what E wanted, but E remained optimistic, and E tried to keep looking forward rather than backward. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you. Some mistakes today, but you know what? Onward and upward. Thanks.